What's up, everybody? This is my mobile app that I'm working on called Rise. Basically the motivation behind this app is to inspire you in the morning to get up and accomplish whatever you want to accomplish in life. I feel like right now all the morning apps out there lack personalization, you know. They lack uh, the ability to uh, basically, get you motivated to get out of bed, and that's what I'm trying to solve, right? There's a lot of alarm apps out there that, either the alarm rings loud, or you have to, insert a certain pattern or math equation to unlock the alarm. Like, there's just all that stuff is already out there right now, but with Rise, I'm trying to add a more personalized morning experience to each individual user that reminds you of your goals, that reminds you of, you know, why you are getting up in the morning. And I think that would really help people get up and get their day started, because a lot of times with me, the night before you're like, "Oh, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this. I have so many, great plans." And then once that alarm hits at 6 a.m., just that morning tiredness sort of, you know, looms over you, and all that stuff that you were planning on doing the night before, and that in the morning you're like, well, fuck it. I'm a snooze. I'm a, wake up on my own time. And I think that, there needs to be a solution to help each user or each individual to accomplish whatever they set out for themselves. So that's basically what I'm trying to do here. Um, right now I am working on the alarm screen, the basic that all alarm apps have. And you might ask, you know, why only focus on one screen? Wouldn't you want to build out the base functionality of the app first and then try to perfect one screen at each time? But I would argue that, especially if you're not under any sort of deadline or time crunch, or, this is just some fun side project for me, that really just focus on each individual part or screen or feature and try to perfect that part. Try to come up with as many ideas as you can, and, eventually it will lead to a good product. So that's basically what I'm doing here. I don't know exactly how I want to go about solving this problem yet. So I'm just focusing on this screen first, and hopefully ideas will start flowing, and I can come up with a more solid foundation for this app. But right now, what you can do is, let me just refresh. Um, so you can add an alarm here. So let's just add it for 9:52. Click save, and then it will show up on the alarm screen. And then once you enable it, it schedules the alarm, and an annoying rooster sound will play. So just a heads up. But um, in a minute, it will play the alarm since it's currently 9:52. So I also added a little streaks icon here to just signal how many days you have been consistent waking up with the current alarm that you set. I think that's what really makes Snapchat addictive, is trying to keep that streak. It's just like a little mini game inside of an app that you can play. Oh, here we go. I just have this little stop button to stop the alarm. So once the alarm goes off, I want to have a little screen that where you can snooze the alarm or start the morning process. So right now I don't have that. So once the alarm starts, I want to go to a screen that will allow you to snooze and or start the process of waking up, which I have not laid out that process yet, but I'm sure I will. Um, I have a few ideas, but nothing solid yet, nothing to put in the code yet. So what I was saying about the streaks is any sort of like gamification that you can add to your app will really make it more enjoyable for the user. So that's what I'm trying to implement here is some sort of, you know, games that users can play within the app that will keep them interested. So anyways, enough yapping. My goal for today is to add that screen that I was talking about when the alarm goes off. Um, so in the code here, handle alarm. This from okay, so this is where we schedule the alarm here using the little library that uh, allows you to add notifications to your app for iOS. So basically, once we hit this little switch here to enable the alarm, it triggers this function schedule alarm, which the alarm is stored in state. So once you click this little button here, it grabs this alarm time here and pass that in this function, and then we wrap this alarm in a timestamp object, and then that's what we pass to uh, this library here to trigger a notification. So I'm thinking um, after we so there okay so yeah so there's an event that is listening to this event here. So once this condition in this trigger is met, there's an event that will kick off in the app. So that is done when the app first initializes. We're going to be listening to this. Where is it? Yep, this use effect statement here. So we're listening to um, up right here. Yeah. So we're listening to an event. If the event is delivered, which means the event is triggered, this is when we play that annoying rooster sound, or in the future, whatever alarm sound the user wants. But so here we're just going to add so we need to get a hold of the navigation or yeah, the navigation library is how we move from screen to screen. So in these navigational containers, this is handling my nav bar down here. It's a really nifty thing. It's pretty easy to use once you get the hang of it, but basically I need to pass navigation or I need to initialize the navigation in this component here, which is I know is not the best practice, but let's just initialize it. Const navigation equals use navigation. We can go root brings me to actually having to create the screen so we can navigate to it. So under our alarm stack, since we're on the alarm page, so each page, well, I should probably add this screen as a global screen. Um, because the screen can pop up from anywhere in the app, not just one particular uh, navigation screen that we're on. But okay, in the meantime, we can just add it to the alarm stack. So let's name it. Let's name it active alarm. Active alarm. Here, just add in the screen component. Let's initialize the screen. Just complaining about alarm stack. Okay, well, let's make this. So let's make a active alarm screen. Initialize it. Add it to this component. Oh, this should be alarm on tab screen. There we go. Yep. So it's complaining about this navigation here. Okay. So how can we pass navigation to this function here to navigate to the screen? So let's put this root stack. Yep, so let's put this navigation in here and see if this works. Nope. Root, let's try root stack params and navigation container. bucket layup with chat. Yeah, I'm not very familiar with the navigation library yet for React Native. So, okay, so it wants me to create a reference. So let's do that. So instead of creating a hook, we just create a reference to the hook, and then we can use that. Okay, let's just add a. Let's just put this in a separate folder, like it's saying to. Sorry, I'm not too familiar with this, so let's. Mm, I'm trying to not use ChatGPT as much in this app. Yeah, so TypeScript. TypeScript is really tough. So the problem there was TypeScript, you have to explicitly define the type here, and this syntax can get really confusing. So okay, we created a navigation reference that we can use in our app. So now it should be easy as importing that reference. can use the navigate method to navigate to our, oops. So instead of root params here, this needs to be alarm stack params. So I want to array of type is not assignable. Navigate. Oh, might have to add active alarm. These error messages are so confusing. Should be undefined. Alright, let's see if this works here. So basically I had everything right. I just had to register the reference to the navigation in this container here. So in theory this should work now. Once the alarm goes off, it will, so once the event is delivered, which is the alarm, dynamic navigate to the whatever we passed in to the navigation method, which was active alarm, and it should navigate to the active alarm screen, which should just say active alarm screen. And this is when we can add all the functionality to stop the snooze or, yep. So you see we navigated to a screen, and in that screen we will work on adding that functionality, and this took way longer than expected, but that is coding. You run into simple little bugs are just simple little mistakes that take hours and hours to figure out, and but you eventually get through it and solve the problem, and that's why it's so addicting, because it's like a dopamine hit once you solve or figure out a bug or figure out why something isn't working. You figure it out and you feel good, but then you realize it took you way longer than it should have, which is the story of basically programming. You feel like a complete idiot all the time. But, you know, it's life. Life is all about the journey and taking these little steps to become what you want to become, you know? So, this should wrap up this session here. Fucking. This is. Anyways, I'll catch y'all later, and we will. Next time, we'll work on that screen we just navigated to once the alarm goes off. Peace.